Hi, this is Sherry Lewis. Make full use of ability. It's great to play on a team, but I think it's very sad that some people rarely find out how much they are really capable of. Most people go through life, all the way through, and only use a teensy bit of their ability. Even the genius doesn't use all of his possibilities. The winners, the champions in sports and in other areas of life, may not be the people with the greatest ability at all, but the winners are the ones who use the ability they have. What keeps us from always using the ability we have? Why do we waste it so? Well, really, three things keep people from using their abilities. First of all, they have too little faith. I've said many times in these lessons that believing in yourself is important. Many people who could break athletic records or sing well or become important world leaders or do other wonderful things never do them simply because they don't think they can. And if one has this kind of idea about himself, he sort of builds around himself a cage from which he can never escape. Second, people don't try. This is usually what happens when a person doesn't have faith in himself. Third, they don't try hard enough. Remember about sticking to the task? Well, if Dr. Jonas Salk had quit after even a few hundred attempts, he never would have discovered the polio vaccine. You got to use your ability. Believe in yourself. Tear down those cages that you keep building around yourself that keep you from going to the top. Then decide what you're going to do and give it a try. If you fail, determine why you failed. Make any changes needed and try again until you succeed. In running races, playing games, going to school, you have the ability to be a winner. What you need is to use your ability so that you actually become a winner. But how you use your ability is very important. Suppose you have the ability to be a great engineer or inventor. How are you going to use your talent? People who have the skill to be engineers today have made it possible for us to go to the moon and back. Who knows what talented inventors will make possible in the future? But while some engineers are at work on the space program or in medical research to make the world a better place, others who have the same great talents are at work for the underground, inventing new ways to carry out crimes. Decide now that you'll use your ability and you'll use it right. To also decide that you have to trust people. Most champions have the habit of trusting people. Maybe it's never occurred to you that you really need to trust other people, but there are three reasons why trusting people is important. First, trusting people makes you feel safe. If you don't trust people, you're always afraid of them. You fear being hurt or cheated or embarrassed. Second of all, trusting people helps you to enjoy life more. Since you don't have to be afraid of people, you can relax. You can enjoy their company. You can work and play with your friends without always having your guard up. You become cheerful rather than grumpy. And the third reason is that people usually do what we expect of them. If you expect your friends to be honest with you, they probably will be honest. But if they know that you expect them to cheat you, chances are they may try to cheat you. Some people don't trust others because they've been hurt by another person. They keep on remembering being cheated or embarrassed a few times, but they forget all the times people have been honest with them. They soon develop an attitude that everybody is guilty until proven innocent. It's a shame when a few bad experiences make people miserable. Don't you think? Don't let it happen to you. Keep your head up. Be a person who sees and remembers the good in others. There's another reason why some people don't trust other people. We humans have a funny habit of covering up our own faults and then seeing them in someone else. Yes, that's true. Such a person will say, "Jack can't be trusted. Watch him." When deep down inside himself, he really means, "I can't be trusted. Watch out for me." How then do you learn to trust other people? Of course, the first step is for you to be the kind of person other people trust. A second very important step is to learn to forget those times when Somebody else has hurt you in some way. Just because one person has treated you badly does not mean all people behave that way. We talked before about the third way of learning to trust, and that's by learning to forgive. If a friend cheats you in some way, come on, forgive him. You're still free to be his friend and to trust him again. Fourth, keep looking for the good in people. Let your friends know that you trust them and you expect them. You expect them to be trustworthy. They won't want to disappoint you by failing you. But suppose one of them does fail you. What do? Don't make the mistake of thinking that in trusting people, you have to let them push you around. In fact, you must often be very firm with someone who is not trustworthy. But you should treat the person as a friend who, as you sometimes do, makes mistakes. Then you can forgive them and move on to the future. You're careful in the future, but not so careful that you stop trusting people. After all, it's much better to trust people and be cheated or hurt a few times and still be happy in life than it is to stop trusting people and turn into a grouch or a grump or a loner. Now, I want to talk about something else you need if you're to be a winner. It's a sound mind in a sound body. And of course you know what that means. Inside a watch, there are dozens of tiny parts which all work together. And if one of those little wheels stops turning, they all stop. Every part affects all the other parts. Do you know that you're the same way? We've spent lots of time talking about your mind, your attitudes, your goals. Your body is also very important. Now and then, a heroic person's body is crippled by disease or injury, and yet he still becomes a champion. Remember the coxswain in the college rowing team? But all of us must work to keep our good minds and bodies healthy and strong. No matter how smart your mind is, if your body is always sick, you know you can't get much done. And if your mind is sick, a healthy body won't do you much good either. There are two things that usually decide how healthy your mind and body will be. First, what you do with them. That is, how you use your mind and body. Second, what you feed them. For the body, food, and for the mind, ideas. Can we talk about these one at a time? This whole program has been concentrated on helping you develop your mind and body and use them well. Start now to develop an exercise program. Yeah, keep your muscles in top condition. Hey, girls should too. Get plenty of rest. The right combination of exercise and rest will keep you in vigorous health. All of us like to eat and drink rich things that aren't really good for us. But champions don't spoil themselves. They discipline themselves for the sake of winning. No one's body can be strong and healthy if it's clogged with tobacco, alcohol, or drugs. Watch them. They're body ruiners. They're champion killers. Give your body good food for the same reason that a race driver gives his car the best gasoline he can buy. Remember that a healthy body means a happier, more successful life. Remember, too, that a mind, as well as a body, can be fouled up if the wrong stuff is put into it. If a person listens to dirty stories and words all the time, or thinks about how he can get by with cheating or stealing, he's filling his mind with garbage. How can he ever expect to get good, winning ideas from his mind if this is the kind of junk he feeds it? Be different. Give your mind the greatest ideas you can find. It'll pay off later by giving you back the kind of thoughts that will make you the success you want to be. Now let's talk about one more important point about playing this game of life. Over and over again, we've come across the idea that if a person must cheat in order to win, he doesn't win at all. The person who wins in life is one who knows he must play by the rules of the game. Rules are friends. The rules of a game are made To make sure that the game will be fair, the laws of our land are made to keep life as fair as is possible for all citizens. Rules are our friends because they protect honest players from dishonest ones. Rules make a game fun. A game that isn't fair isn't fun for anyone. When all the players keep the rules, everybody has a good time. It's the same in the game of life. Keeping the law helps everybody. There are some very good reasons, very real reasons, why you should play by the rules, both in games and in life. For one thing, you will feel a lot better about winning if you do it honestly. For another thing, you will not suffer the embarrassment, the awful embarrassment of being caught cheating. And again, although you may fool others, do you know you can't fool yourself? You cannot be proud of a blue ribbon if you cheated to earn it. And finally, playing by the rules is at the very heart of becoming the person who is a champion in life. To get the most from adventures and growth, you should listen to each lesson once a day for 6 days. So that the tape on your cassette for this lesson will be in the proper position the next time you wish to listen, press the button marked REW on your tape player until all the tape is on the left-hand spindle. You can see the tape through the little window in your cassette. If this is the 6th time for you to listen to this lesson, and if you're ready to proceed to the next lesson, which is on side B of this cassette, press the button marked Fast Forward on your tape player until all the tape is on the right-hand spindle. It will then be in the proper position so that you can turn the cassette over and listen to the next lesson.